Hey guys, it's Josh from UncleArnie'sTackle.com. Today we're going to be making these from these. And so what are these exactly? Well, these are swim baits, you know that. But what are these? These are just 3D printed molds that we made on our FDM printer over there. Basically, it was just an idea we came up. I wanted to see if we could do open pore molds. That's actually a little bit of a lie. I already knew we could do it. I've been doing it for a while. I've also been doing injection molding with 3D prints, but yeah, I thought it'd be pretty fun to do. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a little bit of information just kind of on how we got to this point. And then we're going to go ahead and just shoot a couple of baits. So, well, not shoot, but pour. You get it. Anyways, what I want to talk about right now is just, basically the 3D printing. So if you guys don't know, 3D printer, it's, you can think of it, you have CNCs, that's going to be a subtractive manufacturing technique where you have a block and you're going to machine everything out. This is exactly the inverse of that. So what you're going to be doing is actually adding layer by layer. And that's actually additive manufacturing. So that's pretty cool. You can do some great geometries. You can do some things that you can't traditionally manufacture. But, it's not without its costs. So basically, if you look at these molds, and these are a little bit busted. Well, they're not busted, but they're a little bit used at this point. So you can see, all these striations in here kind of coming up through here. And that can be a problem. Basically, on this soft durometer, you can see really well, all those striations. It's a thing. So the way we get around that, it's called post-processing. And so some things that I'll do is, I'll either smooth it with acetone, and that works with ABS. That does not work with PLA. There's some other things you can do with PLA, but they're caustic. I don't really like them. I usually print primarily in ABS, or if, it's super high temperatures, we'll do polycarbonate. But yeah, PLA, not really my thing, so I don't do that. So you can smooth with acetone. The other thing you can do that I really like to do is actually just coat the mold. So what I used to have this like super crappy boat, but it was the best boat I could afford, and man, that thing had leaks all the time. So I got this epoxy kit, fiberglass fix kit from, I think it's West Marine. And what I do is I mix that up. It seems to have the right viscosity. I would like to experiment a little bit more to kind of find out what viscosity is best. But basically, you're just going to mix it up. If you only have the 24-hour epoxy, that's fine. That happens to be a 5-hour set, not a big deal. But yeah, mix it up. Coat your mold with the brush that's provided in the kit, or any brush you might have. Or, the other thing you can do is just pour it in there and kind of rotate it around a little bit. And then basically what I'll do is I'll just leave it on an angle overnight over a Tupperware, let it drip out. You can see I got drips, kind of up on these. But that's fine. And that really smooths it out. So extremely similar. And you can even see, granted, one of these is a really soft durometer, one of them is a little bit, it's a medium, but if you look at them together, you can see the striations, quite a bit in one, and you can see how they're shiny in the other one. So anyways, what we're going to do today, I'm going to show you how that came up. We'll do some 2-part pours. It'll be pretty fun. I'm going to go ahead and throw on my PPE. Got to stay protected. And we'll pour up. Cool, man. See you guys later. Alright, so looks like mission accomplished. I'm gonna let these cool. You guys probably saw me do one. This is how the other one turned out. Looks wet, couple of holes in there. And you can see, there's some overflow in all these areas. And so basically the next iteration of the mold, that's what we're gonna do. So if you look right here, you can see this mold actually took a pretty serious undercut. And that's one of the advantages of using a 3D printed mold, is that you know, you can actually get a really nice undercut on the top of the mold and get this really, really nice rounded, you know, if you kind of look at the tail that way, really nice rounded shape, kind of with the open face pore, and then you can kind of see the striations with these. The one thing I do like about this is that usually I use UV, and actually this probably has a little bit of glow in it too. But yeah, I don't know, I like to shoot in UV, I just use the powders. But yeah, let's go ahead and try and demold these real quick while I got the cameras running, because I'm sure that's what you guys all wanted to see. So let's just peel this puppy back, and it just pops right out. Still a little soft on the inside, like a little soft. Come here, Daddy's gotcha. There you go, pops right out. I'm gonna get that guy into the water. I think I might have poured this one first, so this one will probably come out a little easier. Yeah. See, and that's you can see the one I epoxy coated versus the one I just threw in there. You know, that's the big difference. Is the epoxy coat just comes right out, no problems whatsoever. And so that's pretty much it. We got swim baits out of open pore molds that were 3D printed right here in house. I'm super excited to go over a couple of more things, update the mold, get a little bit better geometry. But just some quick lessons learned. Number one, if you're going to take the time to buy a 3D printed mold, or you're going to 3D print your own mold, do yourself a favor. Either smooth it down with acetone, like I said, and there's tons of stuff about that online, or go ahead and epoxy it. So this, honestly, even without mold release or anything like that, super simple, pops right out. And it gave a vastly improved shine. So if you look, and again, this is not really apples to apples because this is a medium geometer and this is actually very soft. If you look, you can just kind of even tell the shine and the sheen on that. So that's kind of the lesson learned here. The other lesson learned is totally possible. And you definitely should look into it if you can. There's tons of great resources where you can get molds 3D printed. If you don't know a 3D printer or you can't get one nearby, I think there's hubs all over the place, or go ahead and drop us a line at UncleArnie'sTackle.com and we can try and get you taken care of. But yeah, it's going to be great. So if you want to see all this stuff, we're also going to go over injection molding in a couple of videos with 3D printed molds. I think that's going to pretty much be the theme. So if you like what you see and you got questions, either UncleArnie'sTackle.com or subscribe here, and we'll see you around.